Have you played against any real decks other than Cringe Mage? Yes, the first deck I played against was Scrumbus something real. I forget what it was though. Alright, so we're up against Demon Hunter, huh? Should I ever keep these 3 cards against Demon Hunter? I feel like I maybe should have kept Mixologist, but nah, this is better. We got a Miracle Salesman. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. That'll be fine, just fine. Ow! Is it not Pirates? Is this card even good in Reno Raza Priest?
Just use more.
Like, you're not playing especially aggressively, right? And like, oh, you know what else I don't have in here? I don't have Sing Along Buddy. I feel like Sing Along Buddy should be in here for sure. Do people not run it?
Good hit, my turn.
Well, that's not good. I guess I just coin Hysteria this, right? Hit patches. Yeah. Good job. Good job, Hysteria. But anyways, I feel like this is only good when you have both Razas up. And like, it only makes it marginally better. Wasn't it mainly a burst tool for Astalor? It's mainly a burst tool for whenever you want to do your bursty stuff. But I guess, like, especially if there's no Astalor, right? That's another card that I'm surprised not to see in any lists right now. I'd have put it in mine if I thought of it, but... -2 mana for me, huh? Well, in that case... Hey, Raza. How much do you even care about Raza burst damage? Not much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is like, is this card even... Does this have a point in here? Owie! I wonder if I even want, like, Fight Over Me in here. Because I can also just cut Fight Over Me for Astalor, and then it's pretty good. Ow. Ow. Cool. We would like to get rid of that weapon. I think Zephyrus will do it. I think he respects 3/1 weapons.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Neat. I had it in my head that I was going to do this, but like I really am not, right? So I should have done this first. Would have made it even more probable. But like I don't think he whiffs in situations like this. Hey Reno, good to see you. I like Mixologist. He's funny like Kazakis. Not as funny as Kazakis, but he's funny like Kazakis. Isn't that right? Lulu, Lucy's, Lulu, Susu, Lulusui, Lulosity. Alright, this has to go. How good is Through Fell and Flames in this deck? I see it a lot. You love this deck? Reno in hand against aggro Pog? Yeah, it's pretty Pog, huh? Should I just Reno now, or should I try to get rid of that cannon before that thing fires? I guess if I don't get the deal 3, I would have to get deal 2 or deal 3, and I could do it. I think this has just such a low chance of going wrong. I'll just play it now. Very low chance of going wrong. I'll just play it now. What if Seth just let you pick from his entire pool? Then he'd be broken. He'd be more broken than he is right now. Cannon must go. I agree. But like, if the small chance that I didn't get the thing I wanted scared me too much. Alright, well, if you could go ahead and get me deal 2, deal 3, that'd be perfect. Neat. That was the more important one. Take the armor. I'm gonna do this now because I want the increased chance of getting what you call him. Wait, deal 2 is perfect. I take it back. No notes for you, Kazakis, or mixologist. And hey there, wow, look at that. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. All right, well that just went amazing. Should I play this or should I ping face? I'll play this. Why not? Draw. Why shouldn't I play that? This is great. After a few months, how do you feel about the Renethal revert? I think there's a very real chance that I might prefer it not to be there at this point. But I don't know. It's only a chance. I don't think that's actually my opinion.
We're gonna be rich.
The Demon Seed. Shocking everyone, it's the Demon Seed. Everyone, are you shocked to see that a Warlock would be playing the Demon Seed of all things? I am. Elementium Geode. Should I play Gorgon Zormu or should I just ping that? Gorgon Zormu. Go forth, my cheese. This might not be a favorable for the Martian, it's true. Well, that makes me wish I'd pinged it. It's the worst case scenario. That was the worst case scenario, chat. What if my opponent just cut it out? What then? What then, chat? What would be the most broken thing? OG Quest Mage might be like super broken, yeah. I could see a world where that was like reliably completed on like 3 or 4 because you'd have unnerfed Sorcerer's Apprentice too, but you know, Ignite Mage is competition as well. Would you just run the quest Ignite Mage? I don't know. I don't know how you'd build that. Kael'thas Druid I think would be pretty broken because not only would you have like original Innervate and original Lightning Bloom, you would also have 4 mana Barns. So there's all that. I can't play this and this, which makes me sad. Wow. I don't know if I even said it out loud, but we're talking about if everything was reverted, what would the best deck be? OG Questlock would be ridiculous. I think like some form of Dark Glare would be really like a contender. Like it would be something very playable, but I don't think it would be as good as Kael'thas Druid or Quest Mage. For mana Leroy would break wild. That is true. It would do that. I feel like it would be all fast combo. It would be. It would be. As long as you put in like, you know, like Giants, Miracle Rogue, and Giants Questline Warlock as like, if you count those as combo, yes, that's what it would be. I think I lose. I won't lie to you, chat. I think I lose. I for sure lose. There's nothing I can do here. Well, I can ping this, right? And then they need 2 damage.
I wonder. You have been.
Shadowstep's still the best card in an everything reverted format. Has Shadowstep ever even been close to the best card? Ever. From the beginning of Hearthstone to now. Hey, like the closest it ever got to being the best card was Miracle Rogue in Classic, right? But like, that wasn't the best card in that deck, surely. It was important. But yeah, a lot of things that are just as or more important, like Auctioneer. Shadowstep is a standard problem only? I don't even think it's a standard problem. I hate the Shadowstep rhetoric. Every time I see it come up, I'm like, whatever. This is like random card. Just hate on it. I don't know. I'm not trying to I know that chat is singling somebody out, but like I'm not trying to. I'm just, you know, it's not the only person that brings it up. Just whenever it comes up, and just I like Shadowstep as part of it. It's like I just don't relate to the complaints, right? Like I don't when a deck with Shadowstep in it is annoying, it's not the part of the deck that annoys me, you know.
I see you've brought I see you've brought guests.
Chat, I just like rubbed my glasses to try to clean something and it made it worse. It's terrible. Breakdance is an infinitely more stupid card than Shadowstep, is it?
Linked together in a bunch.
I don't think so. It like, I don't know. I think both of those cards are just interesting. Ooh, cool. Alright. I'll take my free 6/6. My free 6/4, right? Free 6/4 for me. Onward. Find Shadowstep talk to be like brand talk. Okay, so I remember there was this one Raran poll that he did on YouTube where it was like Zephyrus patches. There was another one that was like turbo broken. I forget what the last one was, but Zephyrus patches and something else like crazy broken on that level, and Bran. It was those 4 cards pit against each other, and the question is, what's the most broken card of all time? And like, Bran didn't even deserve to be on the list. But yes, it did win, and it was because it was like a current problem in standard, right? But yeah, like Bran was fair for its time. Like when Bran first came out, it was like, you know, it's just Bran, it's whatever. It just like battle cries got stupid, and so Ooh. We're gonna Zephyr Face. Zephyr Face!
Job's done.
Good enough, I guess. See, Battlecries just got really powerful, and Bran exacerbates that. But I do think, you know, Bran was really strong in Standard because Astalor was really strong in Standard and Denathrius was really strong in Standard, you know. So yeah, he was not a card that you want to have in a Standard rotation with a bunch of busted Battlecries. You want to have him in a rotation with a bunch of like Gazakis Battlecries. That was the best thing you could do with him when he first came out, is play Bran on 3 into Gazakis for 2 10-cost pots. Are you gonna eat to live or live to eat Alien Lime Form? Live to eat. I hate cardio so much, but lifting weights is just natural. I don't know. I just hate like going to a place that has public weights, you know? Like I would lift weights if I had it here. Like if I could lift weights at home, I'd definitely do it. I just don't want to go over there. I like being sweaty in public, you know? Just being gross, where people can see me be gross. The problem is if I'm not gross that way in public, eventually I get gross enough that I'm like, whenever I go in public, I'm gross in public. So it's terrible. It's a lose-lose situation. My opponent is off the meds. Wait, weren't they Demon Hunter before?
I see you've brought guests.
I hate that in Wild you see Priest and it can be in control, aggro, or combo. I have no idea what to mulligan. I just always default to aggro. I kind of gave up on
Any problem?
assuming I get to know what my opponent is based off of their portrait a long time ago. 10 viewers for free for MartianBuu. Activate code Chumbo. I just shorted whatever they said to Chumbo. I'm not listing that whole thing. Oh, they want me to Google something. It's not even a link. It's not even a something.com. They want me to actually actively Google for my free viewers. Is it really free if I had to do something? Cost me time. Does the mini set impact on Wild? Yeah, though it's a completely different landscape. I put in every relevant mini set card I could think of into this deck. And as you can see, it's completely changed it. Have you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh? I have. Oh my goodness, they're gonna potion me? Chat, they're gonna potion me.
Job's done.
Why did I have an Anduin gift? Oh, because I played this. Where's the 3-mana Chumbo Steward that makes cards temporary? Greatest card ever. It really is. I just figured I'd give my opponents a chance. So I'm not running that card. It's a little unfair, I think. Just play a card that strong. Is there ever a world where we Shadow Word Pain the Finlay? No, I'm not coping that hard. I think I'm just gonna accept my death with dignity. Play my Raza. Man, this card is sick. I was thinking that you could be the Pokemon TCG knower in Raren's Card Vengers, but you probably know too much about other card games to make it in. Oh. Imagine the amount of value you'd discard in this deck with the 3-mana 2/4. Yep. There's no way there aren't people who don't run that stupid card because they randomly discard an opponent's Odin. Yeah, I figured that would be happening. Like, people would run it for the same reasons they run Razor Scale. Oh my goodness, chat. That thing's huge. I thought this might happen. So I prepared accordingly. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do though? um, Are they running Palm? Oh, they might be running my list. Sick. All right, well, time to be the funniest Marshy of all time. I should have taken a vacation ages ago. Yay, look how big my Finley is. Your turn. Ah ha ha. I see you brought chunks. My opponent didn't bring Renethal. They didn't bring Renethal to a Reno Shadow Priest fight. I mean, they're not Reno, right? They're regular Shadow Priest. Or aggro Shadow Priest. Shagro, as some might say. Not me, I would never say that. Is this deck all gold? No, actually, some of it's diamond and signature.
Linked together in harmony.
Awesome, thank you. I don't regret it at all. Nutty, I'm in. Good job, mixologist. I've realized I think the biggest reason I hate Reno is that you can't kill him. You have to look at his smug face until the game is over. You're on a crowded bus watching this, you can't type properly. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. My opponent just played Thistle Tea in their aggro priest deck. How do you feel about that, chat?
The shadow engulfs us.
The shadow engulfs us. I guess I should play this. Feels a little sad. I don't even know that that was the right play, right? I should have just, like, gone face, ping that thing. 2-1 is not a good amount of board presence. I was thinking I wanted to have anything on board, but I don't think it's... Being a 2-1 on board, I don't think that mattered too much. Maybe they're 5-5 enjoyers? Maybe. Did you pick up the signature Raza? Yes. That is like... Oh. That is content made for Marshy. Couldn't ignore that one. Did you pick up Ragno? Maybe they are 4-6 enjoyers. Hey, that works for both, doesn't it? Do you think they'll unnerf Thirsty Drifter when it rotates to wild? I think they should, right? Who cares? I don't. And if I don't care, nobody else should care. That's my opinion. My opinion is that my opinion is the only one that matters. Just like everyone else. Goodbye, those things. Tefemius. Ow! Hurt my feelings. Should I give them some spells? Should I Zephyrs for a clear? Should I Zephyrs for face, actually? What if I go face with Zephyrs? What then? Well, this is obviously not doing anything, but this, you know, we might be able to kill him with that soon. What meta do you prefer? Pre-passage nerf or post-passage nerf? We haven't seen a single Dorian Druid today. I think people are beginning to realize that deck kind of stinks. So I guess if people aren't playing Dorian Druid, then I prefer post-passage nerf. When like half my games were against Dorian Druid, I was like, why am I even opening this app right now? Pound it, Demon. Marshy bravely plays his own removal, fully expecting a lot of free 5/5s and 4/6s on the future. Truly the bravest streamer. True. Nice face cards. Yeah, aren't they nice? I think they're some of the best face cards that I've pulled off of this Zephyrus. They didn't nerf you want Spool to the face. Well, was it Vengeful Walloper? Vengeful Walloper was seeing play in a meta wild deck at the time, so I would have been surprised to see that one unnerfed. But and also they just don't want to nerf Demon Hunter cards, as we learned from last rotation, because there were plenty of completely acceptable Demon Hunter cards to revert, and they didn't do any of them. So I don't think it's about cards that can be reduced. But like Drifter isn't seeing play and was, so I think it could get unnerfed. Boop. Demon Hunter class identity is getting neglected a little bit. How do you make a give ice block? New Zephyrus? Okay, for New Zephyrus, what is the ice block even in? Is that in the mono one? Which one is that in? Is it in the your opponent's affect your opponent's board one? Because that'd be stupid, wouldn't it? You pick the pool the ice block is in, and then you hope to get it. That's all. Okay, it's the mono one. I feel like spend a lot of mana is like not the way to describe getting some value, you know? Just use value or something. Anyways, so yeah, if you want ice block, you pick the spend a lot of mana one and then hope to get it. But it's not influenced by anything other than, you know, your own personal relationship with Lady Luck. And my game broke. Oh, are we back? Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. I wanted to like get rid of the game, right? So you guys didn't see my cluttered desktop. Now you guys got to see how messy my desktop is. Great. Cool background? I think so, thank you. You need to clean up your icons? I do. But that's why I hide what's happening on the monitor when I do that, because then people don't have to tell me that. If you think Martians is bad, I can't show you mine. Thank you, Jeff. Bird watching. My opponents out there are watching birds. Oh my goodness, chat. We actually have a great solution to the egg problem. We'll just steal it. Do you think Miracle Priest should run Vol'jin plus Monkey Business? Which one is Monkey Business? Oh, is that the bananas one? No, I don't think that. But I think you should do it for the funnies, but I mean, like it's 4 mana. I don't know, it like instantly activates all your giants. Is it actually interesting? I don't know. I liked having I think Radiant with like just the Radiant and the maiden and the horror. As your only hits off of Forge is like part of why that's good.
At last, a worthy disciple.
Look at my sick board. Look how sick this is. How sick and wrong.
Hungry, aren't ya?
Oh, they're playing amalgams. Is this the same person from before? This is really, really boring music. I don't like it. Make it stop. Chat. Wait, what is... Did I accidentally like change stations or something? Weird.
I must consider.
I don't really want to play anything in my hand. I wish relogging after a failed login didn't like make my whole cards look stupid, you know? Am I gonna try Amalgam Hunter again? Probably at some point. It's midnight and I'm craving mud cake. Should I make some? Well, you're gonna have to explain to me what mud cake is, because if it's just a cake mounted on mud, then I would recommend not doing that. Is it just like chocolate cake with a bunch of stuff? Because I like chocolate cake with a bunch of stuff.
Relaxation for all.
Relaxation for all! You guys think my wife wants to go out to dinner tonight? She's in the zone. We'll let her be in the zone. Auto zone. Are you... She's like watching a sad movie. It's just like what? Like wiping away her tears next to me this whole time. Was it good? It just ended right. Yeah. Which one was it?
The Wind Rises.
The Wind Rises. Has anyone ever seen The Wind Rises? Wow, this is lethal.
Linked together in harmony.
Haven't you been eating out a lot lately? Actually, not that much. We ate a lot of dinners at home. No, sounds like the punchline to my kids farting. So I recently flew to Detroit and back with my wife, and the flight from California to Detroit is enough for 2 movies I've discovered, because on the flight there and on the flight back I watched 2 movies. The 2 movies I saw on the way there were Godzilla x Kong and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I think all of the Godzilla King Kong universe movies from recently have been, you know, pretty bad. I remember the first Godzilla one, it felt like Godzilla was in like 3% of the movie, and the human storylines going on there were excessively boring. Bryan Cranston of Breaking Bad fame was in it, and so from the trailers I was really excited for it, but he gets killed off like right away, so the movie was largely a dud, I think. Although the visuals, when they did show up, they were actually cool. But anyways, fast forward to the plane trip. I'm used to these movies being like 70% boring human stuff and 30% cool monster fighting if if I'm lucky. This one somehow managed to be worse than all of the others while also having way more monster content in it than any of the others. Like, the human stories definitely felt like they were taking a back seat to the monsters doing stuff, but it was mostly just, you know, King Kong going around doing goofy stuff with other monkeys. I don't know, I guess you gotta see it for yourself if you haven't already. I thought it was embarrassingly bad, but, you know, at least I watched it on a plane. The other movie I watched on the way there was Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which I had seen before. I'm talking about the original one from a ways back with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. And I will say it is a bit of a stupid movie. I'm not like, you know, it's not like it was amazing, but I definitely would put it in the guilty pleasure pile. There's a lot of like plot stuff that if you actually think about it, doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but I do think it was funny and charming, and I would definitely recommend it if you just have, you know, maybe half a plane ride of time to kill. Entertaining movie. On the way back, Renee and I had to take a taxi at 4:30 in the morning. So by the time we were on the plane, we were pretty tired. I'd had 2 hours of sleep because for some reason I couldn't go to bed on time knowing that I would have to get up early. You know how that goes maybe. So I was pretty sleepy. I was watching X-Men First Class at first, and this is a movie that when I saw it in theaters I thought, wow, that was really good. And now, as a man who has recently rewatched X3 and thought it wasn't as bad as he remembered, I can tell you X-Men First Class is a disaster compared to what I remember it. It was so awful. I couldn't believe how bad it was. It was like everything that made Mr. and Mrs. Smith a stupid movie if you thought about it, but exacerbated without any of the cute charm to back it up. You know, like, I don't know. The movie didn't make sense. I want to say punchlines, but I'm sure there's a better word, but everything felt forced, and like I was supposed to find it gratifying, but it wasn't actually. I don't know. It was a pretty dumb movie. It was like trying to go off of the curtails of the first X-Men movie and disastrously failing. I don't know. I'm looking forward to rewatching Days of Future Past because I remember thinking that movie was overrated. I liked watching it, but everyone was raving about how amazing it was, and I'm like, was it that good? I'm wondering if I rewatch it now if I'll hate it just as much as I hated First Class. But anyways, I almost fell asleep towards the end of that one. I managed to stay awake all the way through. All right, be proud of me. But I did finish it, and I thought it was quite bad. Then I watched Office Space, and that was pretty funny. It's a classic. I laughed out loud once during the movie, and I don't want to tell you what part of the movie I laughed out loud at, so you guys can just guess. But yeah, if I had to pick a favorite of the 4 movies I watched, it would definitely be Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I had the most fun watching that one.